Okay, in this how-to we are going to see that how to apply CSS style into the ASP text box. In order to apply CSS style into the ASP text box, we can use this style related properties of the text box. So for example, here we have a text box. Let me copy paste this code. I'm just doing it copy paste so that I don't have to waste time in writing the code. So I'm copy pasting the code into the ASPX page, and I'm just using forecolor and border color so that the color of the text color will be red and the border color of the text box will be in green. Now let's go ahead and run this page. Now when I'm running this page, you will see that the border color of this particular text box will be green, naturally you can see, and if I will write any text here, that will appear in red color because I have specified forecolor as red to this particular text box. Now the CSS style can also be applied from the code behind, as we had seen earlier for the label text. So in this case what I have done is that in the code behind page, under the page load event, we will write some more properties of this particular text box, and here I have accessed the font.bold property and then font.strikeout property, and both are true. So now what will happen is when I will refresh this page, the text of this text box will be bold as well as the strikeout. Okay, now so this is the way to specify the CSS style into the text box. Okay, the second how-to is how to set default focus to a particular text box when page loads. Okay. This is generally used when you are basically have a certain forms like a register form or login form, and you want to automatically make focus on the username or maybe the first name when the page loads. In that case, what you can do is that you can call the focus method of the text box. So here I'm going to show you by just copying pasting this code. So I think it is already copy pasted on this page, and I have the code behind also here in the page load. Here is the code behind. Now what will happen is that as soon as I will run this page, or by default automatically the focus will be on the first name text box. You can see that I have not clicked the first name text box and it is getting automatically this focus. My cursor is here. Now if I want to change this focus to the last name, then what I can do is that I can call the focus method on the last name text box. So let me go ahead and do that. Now I am going to again run this page, and now the last name text box should have a focus. You can see that last name text box has the focus by default when the page is loading. The next how-to is related with the button control. So now first let's see that what is button control. Button control is usually used to submit the HTML form. In this case we can say ASP.NET form, because we are learning ASP.NET, to the server. So the typical use of button control is to submit the form on the server. Apart from this, we can also perform some client-side operation on click of the button. For example, when user is clicking any button, then you want to show any pop-up or you want to show any alert, then that kind of operations you can do using the button control. Let's see this example. So here is the code of my ASPX page. So I'm copying this and pasting into this ASPX page here, and in this I have a text box and then I have a button, and on click of the button I am firing submit data server side event. So let me go ahead and copy paste the submit data server side event as well. So I will go ahead here and I will write this submit data event. Now in this submit data method, what is happening is that when the button will be clicked, this submit data method fires and it will basically write the text box value on the page, because I'm using response.write. So if I will enter my name here, then it will write your name is and whatever I have entered. Let's see this. Okay, so here is my page. Now I'm going to enter CU Narayan, and when I will click submit button, I'm getting your name is and Sivanarayan. So you can see that I'm able to submit the form, because when I clicked it, the form is getting submitted on the server, and because I have mentioned OnClick event on this button, so that's why my code behind method submitted data is firing on click of this particular method. The next is that how to access the command name property of the button using onCommand event, and what is the use of it. Okay, there might be a possibility that you might have several buttons. Okay, you might have 3 buttons in a single page. Then how you will differentiate, okay, between one button and another? So for that you need to use the command name property. Okay, so let's see that here. This is my ASPX code, and in this ASPX code what we have is that we have 3 buttons: button 1, button 2 and button 3. The button 1 text is insert, button 2 text is update, button 3 text is delete, and button 1 command name is add, button 2 command name is modify, button 3 command name is remove. And on click of button 1 or button 2 or button 3, I am firing the same server side method. Okay, so let me copy paste the server side method as well here. Okay, now what will happen is that because I have specified on command event to the submit data method, so on click of all these 3 buttons, this submit data method will fire. And notice here is that the event argument will be command event argument in this case. Okay, in normal case we have, in normal on click of the button we have simple event argument, but in case we have specified on command event, then you will have to pass this command event arguments as a parameter, as a second parameter, or event argument parameters. Now to access the command that I had specified into the ASPX page, for example add, modify and remove, we need to use that event argument and then access its command property, command name property. So here I have accessed the command name property, and then I have saved that command name into the command name string variable, and after that I am just using switch statement to figure out that what is the command name that I am receiving, and then based on that I am writing the proper statement on the page. Let's see this in the demo. So here is my 3 button: insert, update and delete. Now when I will click insert, then naturally this event submit data event will fire, and because its command name is add, so it will come into this switch block and it will write insert code. See here, write insert code. When I will click update, then modify command name will come, and naturally this submit data event will fire and it will come into this switch block and it will write update code, and similarly delete. So this is the way to basically use the command name property of the button and to differentiate between one button to another button, even if they are firing the same server side event. The next how to access the command name property of ASP button using OnClick event, and what is the use of it. Notice here that we were able to access the command name property, but we were using on command event. Okay, then but this how to is related with the on click event. So here we will not use on command event, but we will use on click event. So let's copy paste the code from the ebook. Okay, and here we have 3 buttons: insert, update and delete, and command name is same, add, modify, remove, but instead of on command event we are calling on click event. So on click event of all these 3 buttons we have the same server side method that fires submit data and submit data. Now let us copy paste the submit data method into the code behind, and here is my submit data method into the code behind. And now you can notice that now we don't have here command argument, but we have simple event argument here as the second parameter of submitted data. Now in order to access the command name of these buttons on click event, we will get the button that is causing this submitted data method to fire, and that actually comes as a sender object. So we are unboxing this sender object into the button, and then once we have the button control, then we can use the command name property, and I'm just saving that command name value into the string variable, and then I'm using again the same thing. I'm using the switch statement, and if the command name is add, then I'm writing insert code. If it is modify, then I'm writing update code, and if it is remove, then I'm writing delete code on the page. Now let us run this page. So here is my 3 page. Now when I will click insert, then write insert, naturally it is coming here because of this add command. Now when I will click update, then this modify command name will come, and it will come into this block, and it will write update code, and then similarly with the delete. Okay, now how to access the command arguments of the button. Okay, till now we have accessed command name, but how to access the command arguments? So first let us see what is command argument. So command argument is a way to get or set optional parameter to the command event along with command name. Okay, suppose you have a button and you want to set command name, and plus you want to again send one more parameter on the server side, then you can use command argument. Okay, let's see this here. Let me copy paste this code. So this is my ASPX code here, and then it is continuing here as well. Let us select and format it out so that it will look nice. Okay, the code behind. So here is my code behind. Yes. Now here what we have is that we have 2 buttons on this page. The first button command name is sort, and second button command name is also sort, but its command argument is different. The first button command argument is ascending, and the second button command argument is descending, and both these buttons are firing sort data server side method on command event. Okay, so in the sort data method in the server side, what we have done is that we are using we are accessing the command name property of the command event argument, and then what we are doing is that we are first checking whether this command name is sort or not. In both cases the command name is sort, so naturally it will come into this particular block, and then I am again accessing the command argument property of this command event arguments. See here, this is the command argument, and I am saving that into the command argument string variable, naturally because this is of a string type. Okay, what we can do is that we can write a string here. So we are basically saving this command argument into the string variable, and then we are checking for this command arguments variable whether it is ascending. If it is ascending, then we are writing right sort in ascending order. If it is descending, then we are writing sort in descending order on the page. Okay, and this ascending and descending is nothing but the command argument of these buttons. Okay, so here you notice that despite the fact that I have the same command name of both the button, we have the same on command event that is firing the same server side method, but because the command argument is different, so we are able to differentiate between the buttons click. Okay, when the first button will be clicked, this particular line of code will be written on the page. When the second button will be clicked, then the next this particular line of code will be written on the page. So let us run this page. Yes, so it is refreshed. Now when I'm clicking sort in ascending order, then what is happening is this button is being clicked and sort data is firing, sort command name is going, but command argument is going ascending. So it is coming into this particular server side method. It is sort and the command argument is ascending, so sort in ascending order is being written on the page. Now when I will click sort in descending order, then sort in descending order will be written. Okay, so this is the way to basically access the command argument from the button. Similarly, in the OnClick event also you can do the same thing. On click event, what we could have done, we could have simply first retrieve the button equal to button of sender and then btn dot command arguments. You could have written a string like this, and then we could have used this one here in the switch statement or in the if and statement, whatever you want to use.